Hello everyone, my name is Lauren. I hope this video finds you well. And if you maybe cannot tell, I am in a brand new space. One of the most recent videos that I posted was a moving video, a bit of me packing, talking about the pros and cons of this move. And now that it's been 2 months about that I've lived in this apartment, it is now time for me to show you the pretty much finished apartment and apartment tour. So we're pretty much gonna go room by room. I'm gonna show you how I've set everything up. And I might also talk a bit about how I am finding the apartment so far. First off, here is my entryway. You are currently taped to my front door right now. That was the best setup I could find for this shot. But pretty much my entryway is just a closet, and then I have hung up a beautiful mirror here. I got it for free from my parents. They basically told me that when they were clearing out storage, they found this mirror. No idea where it came from, no idea who gave it to them, but they've had it for about 20 years and they really were dying to get rid of it. So I had no problem taking it off their hands, and I think that it fits beautifully in this entryway. Next up, when you turn immediately to the left after entering the apartment, you will see my office. So obviously it's not its own room. I've just placed my desk in this area of the apartment. I'm quite happy with my desk setup. It's pretty much the same setup that I had in my last apartment, just copy and pasted over here. But with the way that this apartment is set up, I like how this desk is quite sectioned off from the rest of my living space. So I have a little bit of a separation between my work life and my personal life. And to add some more personal detail, I have put up obviously my university diploma. And then I also have some decorations, as you can see, some vines, some posters that I had from my old place. And I also have some little trinkets, some little knickknacks scattered around the desk area as well. And just like in my last place, I have my vinyl turntable, which is an AT-LP60. I've had it for quite a few years now and I absolutely love it. And that is attached to my desk, just as it was in my old place, pretty much for convenience. I was quite happy with my setup in my last place, so I pretty much decided to keep it. And now here we are in my beautiful living space. I have kept almost everything the same as my last apartment, minus the addition of this beautiful rug and this amazing metal shelf that I set up. In my first hair dyeing video, I'm pretty sure I said I wanted this rug, but they discontinued it. They actually ended up bringing it back, and I was able to get it as a gift, which is amazing. And I think it looks so cute in this apartment. It was the best rug that I could find in the style that I wanted for the best price. So in an ideal world, it would be bigger, but I still think that it's great the way that it is now. And then of course I've still got my beautiful green leather couch from my old apartment. I absolutely love this. I've had this for over a year now and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. And then in front of that I've got my glass waterfall table, which I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $150, which is such a steal. How likely are you to find that on Facebook Marketplace? Not very often. So pretty much the second I saw it posted, I bought it. And I also store all my vinyl records under this table. I think that it adds a nice bit of design to the apartment, and it adds some nice color because I can change out the vinyls that are on display at the very front. And then of course on the back as well, because the table's glass, you can see the vinyls that are in the very back as well. And it's a great way to save space, even though obviously in this apartment, it's pretty much huge, so I don't really need to worry about saving space. I said this in my moving out video that my old apartment was quite big already. So the fact that I was upgrading and upsizing in apartments was actually quite rare and something that I didn't expect to happen, but here we are, it happened. And of course, across from my couch, I have my TV and my TV stand, pretty much exactly the same as in my old apartment. I kept the same decor because I love the way that I did it. I will say though, a lot of the knickknacks around this apartment are from Montreal small businesses or just small business in general. Also, everything you see that is crocheted was handmade by me. So that would be every plant, every succulent, every crochet stuffed animal was made by yours truly. If you want to learn how to make stuff like that, you can check out my beginner crochet video, which I also have on this channel. And then, as I said before, I have this amazing metal shelf. I really like how I decorated it. I was able to put a lot of the stuff from my old apartment that didn't really have a home. I was able to put it on this shelf. Also on the walls throughout this entire apartment, I have put up vinyls as decoration, just like in my old place, fairy lights, and ivy string as well. I also got this lamp. It's an IKEA lamp, but I bought it secondhand off of Facebook Marketplace. It was pretty funny having to get it back here. I had to take it on the metro for a few stops, so it was just me pretty much carrying this gigantic, like 7-foot lamp through the metro. And this living room does not have any overhead lighting, which is both a blessing and a curse, because this apartment doesn't get as much sun as my old apartment did, which is quite a bummer. But I'm doing my best to make do, and in order to make do, I had to buy more lighting than I had in my old apartment. Maybe throughout the time that I'm here, I will buy more lights, especially more string lights to hang on the walls, and hopefully that will help with the lighting issue, especially in the winter when my seasonal depression hits and when it's dark pretty much all the time. But anyway, back to decor. So as I said, I've got a lot of vinyls strewn around the walls. These are pretty much my favorite vinyls that are hung up. And then also my signed vinyls. I have a lot more wall space in this new apartment than in my old place, so I've been able to hang up a lot more vinyls now. So my walls are pretty much all covered in vinyl records, but I think it's a really nice way to fill out the space on the walls, especially because the walls are blank and white and boring. But also it's a great way to show your personality and the style of music that you're into. So if you ever have people over, it's pretty much a great icebreaker, because maybe someone will recognize a vinyl or a specific artist that's on the wall, and then I'm able to have a discussion with them about it. So that's always super fun. Also, you are currently taped against a window, but on the other side of this window is actually a balcony. A balcony is something that I've pretty much never had before. Back when I lived in my old city, my hometown, we lived in a house that had a balcony, but it was very unsafe, and I didn't feel comfortable going out and hanging out in that area. But yes, I do have a balcony. In this new building where I live, we do not have a rooftop, let alone a rooftop pool. I know, poor me, what a shame. But this balcony definitely helps alleviate that downgrade. I have not done anything with it yet. I have not decorated it because we are entering into winter very soon, so I don't really see the point in decorating it, at least not right now. But if I ever want to sit out there, honestly, I feel like it's likely that I'm just going to take some indoor furniture, like my dining chairs, which I will show you very shortly, and put them on the balcony. I just feel like that makes the most sense, and also I don't have to buy more furniture that takes up more space when I have to move again, and then spending the money on that. It's just, I don't really think it's worth it. I'm going to take a seat for this next portion because this is my dining nook. I'm not going to call it a dining room because obviously it's not its own room, but it's a nice little nook tucked away from the rest of my living room. A little bit similar to what I had in my old apartment, but obviously in a different layout. So I've got the same table and chairs as my last apartment. The chairs are from Structube and the table is secondhand from Facebook Marketplace. And then for decor, pretty much the same as the rest of the apartment. I've got vinyls on the walls, and then I also have a poster, but this is a new poster. All of the posters that I have found are from Etsy shops that have been able to provide me with download links, and then I print the posters at my nearest printing store. And now, welcome to my kitchen. This kitchen, as you can see, is right off the dining nook that we have here. And I think that the kitchen's super cute, super quaint. It's just a nice little room over here, sectioned off from the living area, which is both a blessing and a curse because it makes it harder for me to cook or do things in the kitchen while speaking with people who are over, because obviously there's that distinct separation now between the kitchen and the living area, which in my old apartment, it was a very open concept type of situation. So obviously we don't have that anymore. But this kitchen is actually one of the reasons why I picked this apartment, because even though it is sectioned off, which I don't love, I do love the window in this kitchen, which you are currently taped up against. It provides some amazing light in here, and also a little bit of it transfers over into the dining area, which is super nice during the day. So this kitchen is a lot brighter than my old one, which I appreciate. I have no shortage of counter space, and it might seem like there's not a whole lot, but compared to the other apartments I viewed in the city, this is actually one of the best kitchens I saw. So believe it or not, that's the truth. And then the same decor as well, just placed in different spots. So I've still got a lot of my crochet flowers put in jars. I've got my snake plant, which was in my old living room, now in the kitchen for the window. And then I also, believe it or not, still have a dishwasher. That was one of the things that I was unwilling to compromise on when I was touring apartments. Because when I was touring units, pretty much none of them had in-unit laundry. I think out of the like 15 or so units I toured in the time I was looking for a place, I found 2, maybe 3 apartments that had in-unit laundry. And also a lot of them didn't have in-unit dishwashers. So I basically decided to sacrifice on the laundry, but I was not willing to also sacrifice on not having a dishwasher. So for example, I toured a different unit in this same building where I live now. That unit did not have a dishwasher though, and obviously it also did not have in-unit laundry. But I was not willing to compromise on both of those things, even if I would have been saving a bit of money if I signed that lease instead of this one. I just decided I was not willing to sacrifice on both laundry and dishes. My dishwasher is definitely not as modern as my old one was, but it still gets the job done just fine. But honestly, I'm just happy to have a dishwasher at all. So, counting my blessings here, guys, counting my blessings. And now here's my bedroom. This is a separate room from the rest of the area. Now, if you walk into my front door and you turn to the right, you will find my bedroom just off of the left of that little hallway. And this room is huge. Honestly, I don't know what to do with all the space in here. I could easily fit a full-size dresser and a desk and probably a bookshelf as well in here without a single issue. This room is gigantic. And I don't know what to do with all the space, but honestly, I didn't feel like filling it up with furniture. I don't need that much furniture. I don't have that much stuff, and I would like to keep it that way. So if this room looks or feels a little bit empty, I'm probably not going to change it anytime soon. That's just the way that I prefer it. But honestly, now that I have a room this big, I don't feel like I need it. So for my next move, I will probably be much more okay to downsize, especially in the bedroom area. So right when you walk in, obviously you can see my bed. My bed is a queen size. My bed frame is from Wayfair. But besides that, every piece of furniture in this room is the same as in my old apartment, except for a bedside table. I now actually have a real bedside table. Before, I used to put all my stuff pretty much along the headboard of my bed. I put my phone, my water bottle, all my stuff on top there, or I would just put it on the floor next to my bed, like a fucking sim does. But now I don't really have to do that anymore. Now I have this amazing bedside table that I got from my partner, who gave it to me for free, which was super nice. And there's great storage in this. I've got a nice big shelf on there, and then some under storage as well. And now I have a nice place where I can put my phone and my water when I go to sleep. Near my bedside table, I also have my keyboard, my guitar, and my ukulele, all instruments that I play / am learning on playing. I'm still very much a novice for all of these things, but this is pretty much my little musical instrument wall in this room. I've got a great big window in this bedroom as well. Pretty much the whole apartment has super big windows in every room except for the bathroom, but because of the way that the apartment is faced and the way that the other buildings are nearby, like I said before, I don't get a ton of sunlight, which is a bit of a shame, but we're doing our best to work around it, as I said earlier. On the walls, I have all the 21 Pilots vinyls that I own, from Original and Best all the way up to Clancy. And if you noticed, if you were paying attention, yes, I do have 2 copies of the Clancy vinyl. I originally got a specific color off of the website that I didn't love, so I ended up getting a refund and getting a second copy as a gift later on. So yes, that is why I have 2 versions of Clancy. Besides that, on the walls, like I said, we've got the same vines, the same lights, and then I also have a poster from my old apartment and a new poster. On the other side of my bed, you can probably see I have this beautiful wall mirror. I just got it propped up against the wall here, and that's super nice for me to check my outfits in a full body mirror. I did get that mirror also off of Facebook Marketplace. And then perpendicular to that mirror, we've got my big closet. It's definitely not as big as my old apartment because my old apartment had a walk-in closet, but this apartment still does more than good enough for the space. And all of the ceilings in this apartment are high, which is similar to my old apartment, but this closet is way taller than my old apartment's closet. This closet goes completely from the floor to the ceiling, which I appreciate. Also, because I'm tall, I'm pretty much 6 feet tall, so I'm able to use all of the space in the closet. I'm able to reach even up to the very, very top shelf. So that's nice. I'm able to use up all of that storage. But overall, with the way it's laid out, everything is quite organized to my liking. And I prefer to have all my clothes hanging than in drawers. It just helps me be able to visualize everything better. And this closet worked perfectly for that. And now, last but certainly not least, my bathroom. This is the last little part of my apartment, the last room And this is probably one of my favorite spaces because when I imagined myself moving, I definitely imagined myself moving into a bathroom similar to this. I like how this bathroom is much more modern than in my old apartment. I really hated all the brown tones in my old apartment's bathroom, and now this new bathroom, everything is white, which I prefer much more, and it's much more closer to my personal style. This apartment still does have a lot of that, especially in the floors and in the kitchen, but honestly, it's enough that I can make do, and it's not everywhere in the apartment. So this bathroom is a nice break from the early 2000s style that I don't love. But I've got a bath shower combo here next to the toilet, next to the sink. It's all in quite close proximity, but honestly, I don't mind. This bathroom is definitely smaller than the one in my old apartment, but I feel like the modernity of it makes up for that, which doesn't bother me at all. In terms of decor in here, I know I wanted to have a lot of plants. So I've got this fig plant hung up on my shower. Cats are allergic to eucalyptus. I'm pretty sure I can kill them. So I don't have any real eucalyptus in my apartment, even though that would be lovely, but I just don't see that happening in my future. In terms of other decor, I've got all these little paintings that I painted. They're those little sensory videos of fruit that dance around. So I have 3 different paintings of them. I just think they're cute and fun, and they've all been painted by me. In the background, we've got these 3 posters. I bought these at a market in Lille, France, when I was there earlier this year with my family. And I used to live in Lille for about a month and a half. Obviously, when I say live, I say that in great quotation marks because, I was only there for about a month. But when I revisited, I decided to buy some prints just to remind me of my time there. And they're beautiful and they match my aesthetic perfectly. And I love them. Besides that, we've got the vine going around as well. And then you are currently taped up against a gigantic mirror that spreads across pretty much this entire wall. And then I've also got this beautiful bath mat that I got from Simon's. And then the rest of the decor in here was made by me or is secondhand. So for example, I've got some more flowers in a pot over here on the side. All the flowers were made by me. And the vase is actually an old olive oil vase. So we love reusing here. Every single bottle you see in this apartment was reused by me from some sort of oil or sauce that I used, and then just cleaned up the bottle and used it for decor. And with that, that is the end of my apartment tour. I hope that you absolutely love it. Feel free to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Overall, I really like what I did with the space. It feels very similar to my old apartment, but pretty much just enlarged into a bigger space. So it still very much feels like me. And I love every single piece of decor that I've put in here. I think that everything is very intentional and reflects my personality very strongly, which I absolutely love. Overall though, that is it for me, so I'm gonna head out. I hope that you have a good day, evening, or night, whatever time it is for you where you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!